Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss what is programming, why should we study programming, how programming is different than coding and which programming language is best, what programming language should we study. That is your main question, I know. Your main question is, sir, should I study C, C++, Java, Python, right? So we will answer all the questions in this video. So let's start with our simple thing. What is programming or what is program? First, what is program? A program is a set of instructions that tells computer what to do and how to do. Look, computer is not very intelligent machine unless until you make it intelligent. Computer doesn't know what to do and how to do. Fine. Computer doesn't know what to do and how to do. So for that it need a instruction, set of instruction that calls program. Now what is programmer? Programmer is a person who develops program. You might have seen these kind of images in your movies, and there are 2 or 3 screen, person is performing coding and programming. Fine, that looks very fascinating to you, and you might be thinking, I will be these kind of programmer. I will have 2 or 3 different machine. I will program like this and I will earn in crores, right? Now, this is your imagination and I hope you will achieve that. But there is your doubt, programming language. Why do we need programming language? First of all, computer doesn't understand our instruction or human language. For that, we use some set of symbols and words to write a program which can be understood by the computer. Computer doesn't know human language. That's why we use programming language. Now you might be thinking, sir, Alexa and Google, Google now, I don't remember, okay, Google Home, yes. Alexa and Google Home are kind of computer. We ask the question and they answer it. So they know how to do? No. There are great programmers that teach them how to solve a problem or how to perform a task. For example, robot. You might have seen the movie Robot of Rajnikant. Fine. In that movie, robot must follow the instruction of programmer or developer. Fine. If it is not following your instruction, that means your program is not good. Fine. That means your program is not good. Fine. For example, the most fascinating thing about the programming, whatever you are seeing in the world right now, your mobile device, it is work based on programming languages. It has operating system like iOS or Android that is built by programming language. All the apps are built by programming language. Even games are developed by programmer. Fine. Robotics programming is also example of programming. If you don't know programming, how you will ask the programmer, how can you build a programmer to perform particular task? Whenever NASA, ISRO send some robot in space, those robots are instructed in the earth by programmer to perform particular task. And you can be one of them. Fine. You can be one of them who is building robot, game, app in future. Fine. Now, but right now you have a question, which programming language should we choose? C, C++, Java, Python, Golang, JavaScript. And once you learn one programming language, your senior comes and they say, do you know Flutter, Kotlin, React, Angular, Django, blah, blah, blah. There are so many things. Fine. And you are very confused. What should we study? And it is not even possible to learn everything. How will I crack any company? How will I get placement? So you are very confused. If you are not right now, you will be. If you have not seen this video completely, you will be. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter which programming language you choose. Choose anyone. You should choose a programming language for which you have good resources. Either you have a good teacher or good website or good book, and follow that rigorously. Now, why I am saying that? I will tell you after 2 minutes. When I will tell you what is the difference between programming and coding, at that time I will also tell you which programming language should you choose and how and why. Fine. First, let me tell you, programming language is a set of words or symbols by which can be understood by the computer. So you need to know particular things about programming language. These are particular topics you need to study in programming language. If you are studying any programming language, you need to understand these topics. Pointer is not in Java and Python, but other topics are, and you must study all those topics. Basic input, output, variable, conditional statement, if else, switch, loop, array, pointer, string, all these things. Fine. So that you can give some instruction to computer to solve a problem. Now, let me tell you what is the difference between programming and coding, and from here you will have the clear idea which programming language you should choose. Now, coding is just to know the rules or symbols of programming language. Coding is just the syntax of a programming language. If you say you know the C++ or Java, that means you know the syntax. Now, there is a difference between coder and programmer. Programmer first solve the problem and then convert it into programming language or coding language and provide the solution. So, what programmer does? Programmer first solve the problem, then code the solution, and that becomes your program. Now let me tell you, this part is most important. This part is most important. If you have seen any placement procedure, you might aware of some stuff that most of the software companies allows people of all the branches. They allow civil student, mechanical student, electrical student, electronic student also. Why? Why they are going to select them? Why they are interested to select them? Fine. Because they just notice how good problem solver he or she is. If you are very good problem solver, companies think that coding we will teach you. Coding to hum sikha denge, but you should be good problem solver. If someone is very good problem solver, coding can be learned in month or two only. And if you know any programming language, to switch from that language to another language, it takes hardly 2 to 3 weeks. So learning syntax is not the task. What is your task? Your task is to solve the problem with the help of programming language. Fine. That means programming, you need to solve the problem with the help of programming. That means programming for problem solving. Got it? So now I think you get the idea which programming language should you choose. You can choose any. You can choose any programming language, but you must solve the problem with the help of that programming language. If you can solve the problem with your programming language, that's good enough. Even Amazon, Microsoft, Google, TCS, any company doesn't restrict any programming language. Even you might be thinking, sir, in Infosys, only Java and Python allowed, C and C++ not allowed. But that is for 3 or 4 lakh package of job. But once Infosys conduct their hackathon, where you can get up to 8 or 9 lakh package, there C and C++ allowed. That means all the programming languages are allowed. Got it? And you should not focus on one company. There will be plenty of company, hundred of company. You should target major chunk of company. That means you should choose one programming language and study the syntax and solve so many problem. Once you solve so many problem, that means from learning the programming language, you are going to become competitive programmer. What does competitive programmer does? They solve the problem efficiently. I hope you get the idea what is programming, what should we study in the programming, what is the difference between programming and coding, and which is the best programming language for you. Got it? Is it clear? If it is clear, please like the video, subscribe our channel.